you guys. So I am going to, well, me and my sister are going to my prenatal appointment, and we're about to walk in right now. And yeah, that's basically all. I'm just taking you along with us. Let's get started. I'll probably sit right here. Just talking to the people. We're getting so close.
We are at 36 weeks.
Yes.
So next week you're going to be in, you'll be full term, you know.
Oh, really? That's what you
Yeah, 37 weeks is full term. So you'll be full term next week. So that means whenever you go into labor after 37 weeks, it's safe to have an out-of-hospital birth.
Oh,
you know?
okay.
So before that, even if it's 36 weeks and 6 days, then it's safer, you know, the research supports it's safer to have a hospital birth, you know, at that time, you know, so if you just 1 week's time, you know, you'll be ready, you know, to, you know, so that's kind of, so it's a big milestone, you know, certainly. It is exciting. That means whenever you go into labor, or even now, if you were to go into labor, you know, we don't stop.
Okay.
You know, labor, you would just give birth. Go ahead and give birth, and it's just a matter of where is, you know, the most reasonable place, you know, for you to give birth.
Okay.
You know, but at 37 weeks, it'll be reasonable for you to give birth, like here.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's very good.
Just on the topic of petroleum, so then I was like, oh, let me just ask her about it.
Yes, that's what the question was. Where do I go to order the birth kit?
Okay, so you would go to a company called Precious Arrows.
Precious Arrows?
Yeah, and I'll send you a link and stuff, you know, for that.
All right, great, because I'm ready to order that now, which is so crazy. It's so crazy. It's like, oh my gosh, it's time now to order it and get everything in. But
yeah. So what you can do is once it orders and comes in, like on one of your prenatal visits, just bring it with you.
Okay.
And we could even just like store it here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good because I don't want to forget.
Right. Then you don't need to worry. You know about that.
Okay, that's great. I think I'm good on questions.
Yeah. How have you been feeling?
Good. My back. When I go to sleep, my back starts to hurt. Like when I get up to go to the bathroom 4, 5, 10 times a night. And then I'm starting to get swollen feet. Like I get swollen feet more than I normally get. I guess now because I'm getting so big, but yeah, that's basically it. Like
it still looks pretty good though.
It looks pretty good.
I
usually
so.
look worse.
Do you think that it's swollen right now?
No, they aren't swollen right
now. Oh, okay.
Now.
I was like, okay, because if you were like, yes, you know, they are swollen right now, I was gonna say, well, you know, sometimes it's also, you know, like when we have just a little mild swelling, you can feel it.
Oh yes,
you know,
I can start to feel it. But
you know, but then, because I was gonna say, look, yours are very much different than your sister's.
I'm so conscious.
So, or it's like this. I can still see like your ankle definition. You know.
Yes, like usually I can start to feel it a little bit going down my legs and then like here, and I can see that I can see my big toes, and these toes are like chubbier, like little sausages more than what they actually are. And that usually happens maybe in the evening time, but when I lay down and put my feet up, it doesn't, it goes back down.
Okay.
But that's just what happens. That's normal.
It is really normal. You know, a couple of things to keep in mind is, one, make sure you stay hydrated.
Yes.
You know, you also can have like an electrolyte drink.
Oh,
you know, where it has a little bit of
water.
Yeah, like coconut water is really good because people think, oh, I'm swollen, I should, you know, cut back on the salt. But what happens is the salt helps to change, you know, how concentrated your blood is. You know, so then this way the fluid, you know, that's in your system. Because right now, what swelling is that, you know, there's your cells, and then there's a space in between the cells. So there's fluid in the space, in like the intercellular space. Okay. Okay. So intracellular space, so like in between the cells. So what you want is to get that fluid back into the cells.
Okay.
So by making it, you know, more isotonic, you know, where there's more like minerals essentially and more substance inside your cells and in your bloodstream, that pulls that water out of the in between space back into the cells and your vessels.
Okay, so the salt, like the salt. Electrolytes, extra drinking.
Yeah, electrolytes is like basically salts.
Okay.
You know, so do that. and keep up with your blood work today. There's also like another test that's like at the end of pregnancy, called Group B Strep. You know, did we talk about that? I don't think so either, because it's not in my notes, and I don't think Leslie's Group B Strep is a bacteria, and usually we test for it around 36 or 37 weeks. And it is present in a lot of people, probably like a third, I should say, of all pregnant people, because, you know, and we know this because it's routinely tested for. However, we don't generally test it in the general population, you know, so I don't know if that's, you know, that number is the same. But for pregnant people, it's in about a third, and usually it lives in our gut, you know, it's just like E. coli and a lot of other bacteria, it's just there. And just part of like the natural flora of our guts. Okay. However, if GBS, Group B Strep, moves to a part of your body that doesn't belong, then it can create an infection. So for a lot of people, like GBS will end up in their like urethra, like when they're going to the bathroom, and you know it's there. It's not supposed to be there, so then it creates a UTI. So now, if it's in your vagina, you know it can hang out there and it's not going to cause you any problems. However, as a baby is moving through and you know being born, they can become colonized with GBS and on their skin. It could also be in the amniotic fluids, you know, as well. And because of that, you know, and the way we handle, you know, babies, they get handled quite a bit, that GBS, the bacteria, can get up towards their like nose and their mouth, and then eventually make it way to their lungs. You know, if it's in their lungs, that is not a place where you want it. It can create an infection, a GBS infection, and because it's in their lungs, it'll impact their breathing. With anything, you have a choice if you want to be tested. Some people are tested for it, and they test negative, and then we just put that result, we note it in their chart, and then that's it. You know, some people are test positive. However, even though they test positive, they'll probably decline IV antibiotics. One, primarily because they still want to give birth, you know, here at Trillium or at home. So in which case, you know, that I feel comfortable doing that, although the recommendation is for IV antibiotics. But if there are certain risk factors that come up, then that indicate, you know what, maybe IV antibiotics are a good idea, then we would transfer. One, if a baby is born before 37 weeks, that's an indication. Two, if you have a fever in labor, and a fever would be 100.1 degrees Fahrenheit, that means there's an infection happening somewhere in your body. It could be from GBS, it could be from any, like other bacterias. Okay, then that is, you know, a reason to treat with antibiotics, and we would transfer for that. And the third would be if, let's say your membranes, you know, the bank of water has been ruptured for over 18 hours. You know, because once the membranes have been ruptured, there's a higher likelihood, you know, of after 18 hours of infection or of one, you know, so that's another indication. The thing about also not testing for GBS, you know, is that another, I guess, like risk, you know, to know about is that if someone were to decline testing, well, we transfer to the hospital for a different reason, like if, let's say, if the baby wasn't tolerating labor well, or there's something about, you know, the labor where it seems more reasonable, it doesn't seem reasonable to stay here, you know, actually, and we transfer, they are going to want to know. These people, they are very interested in that information at the hospital. If someone does not have a GBS, did not decline the test, which is fine, they either will treat as they're positive, or they will then kind of do some pretty heavy surveillance on the baby afterwards to make sure that they don't have any signs of infection. So the testing itself is very easy. You know, it's something you would actually do yourself. I would give you like a Q-tip, and then you would just go to the bathroom. You would swab yourself, and then we send it to the lab.
Okay.
You think it? Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, that would probably be the reason. Like, I feel like, I don't know, that would probably be my only reason. Like, I don't want to go to the hospital. Like, I feel like I wouldn't have it, but just in case something happens and I have to go to the hospital and they don't have the information, I don't want them to be like all over the baby. Yes. Okay, that'll be. Okay, so in these next few clips, my midwife is just checking our baby's heart rate to see how everything was doing. I cut that out because I didn't want my stomach to be like bare and all out in the video, so I cut that section out, and I cut the section out of her massaging my belly. So what she does is she'll check the baby's heart rate, and she said that our baby's heart rate is like doing very well, like she says it's perfect, so I'm just gonna go along with what she says. And so Bean is doing very well, and his positioning is good, and she feels for where his body is, like in relation to my body. And so, yeah, that's basically it. And then she'll massage my belly and my back and everything. It depends on what we discussed during the prenatal visit. But yes, that's basically it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in my next one. Oh yeah, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I can't forget that. Like, blow it up, okay? It's okay. Bye-bye. Kisses.